Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you are all doing well. Today we will see how the body temperature regulation is done by the skin. The skin is the layer of usually soft, flexible outer tissue covering the body of vertebrate animals and humans, with three main functions as protection, regulation, and sensation. The skin's immense blood supply helps regulate the temperature of the body. Before we see how exactly the thermoregulation is done by the skin, let's first briefly go through the structure of it. Skin consists of three layers as you see here, which are epidermis on top, dermis in the middle, and subcutaneous tissue here. The epidermis has conified layer on top that has dead cells containing the protein keratin that are constantly being rubbed off and replaced by the cells of Malpighian layer. The Malpighian layer here is the innermost layer of epidermis. Its cells divide constantly and it has pigment called melanin that gives color to the skin. The middle layer of the skin here is dermis. This consists of areolar connective tissue joined by underlining muscles. Now, what structures are found in the dermis? There are blood vessels that supply the skin with blood and lymph vessels that drain tissue fluid of the skin. As the skin is a sensory organ, it contains nerves as pain, touch, heat, cold, and pressure receptors situated in the dermis. There are hair follicles giving rise to the skin hairs and muscles of these hairs that are tiny muscles connected to each hair follicle and the skin. There are involuntary muscles called erector muscles. When it contracts, it causes the hair to stand erect and a goose flesh or goose bump forms on the skin. Then we have the glands in dermis, such as sebaceous glands, wax glands, and sweat glands. Sebaceous glands secrete sebum to waterproof skin and prevent desiccation. The wax glands found in the ear skin secreting cerumen to protect ear. And sweat glands, which are composed of cubical epithelium and coiled portion of sweat duct, secretes sweat. Then the opening of the duct here is the sweat pore. The functions of sweat are listed as excretion of waste, osmoregulation, and thermoregulation. And this will be the main point of this video today. Now there are two conditions involve skin to respond for temperature regulation: warm weather condition and cold weather condition. In warm weather conditions, the temperature of the surroundings increase. Body produces more heat than it loses. This rise in temperature will stimulate heat receptors in the skin, generating impulses. Impulses then sent to heat regulating center of the brain, that is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus responds by sending impulses to involuntary muscles in the blood vessels, and these muscles will relax, causing blood vessels dilate or widen. This will allow more warm blood to pass to the skin. So more heat is lost through the skin to surroundings by conduction to cool the body down. This widening of vessels is called vasodilation. Vaso here refers to vessel, and together it means dilation of a vessel. Besides this, sweat production increased by sweat glands, so more heat is lost through evaporation. Moreover, the hair erector muscles that are connected to hair follicles will relax, causing hairs to lie flat against skin. This causes less air to be trapped and insulation is reduced. So more heat is lost through the skin to surroundings. We can also say that the radiation is increased here. Then body temperature will decrease to normal. This is what happens in the skin when heat is gained. Now, in cold weather conditions, the temperature of the surrounding falls. Body loses heat faster than it produces. Cold receptors in the skin are stimulated and impulses sent to hypothalamus in brain. In this case, the blood vessels constrict and become narrower. This is called vasoconstriction. Now, less blood flow is allowed to the skin, so less heat is lost through the skin by conduction. At the same time, sweat production decreases, also reducing the heat loss through evaporation. Then hair erector muscles will contract and hairs are raised or erected, which cause more air to be trapped, and insulation here is increased. So less heat is lost through the skin to surroundings and radiation decreases. This will increase the body temperature to normal. This is what happens in the skin when heat is lost. This is not limited to skin, in fact. The body will also generate heat by some other activities such as secreting thyroxine to increase metabolic rates and heat production. Then increased muscle tone, physical exercise, Putting on a warmer clothing or moving to a warmer place will also help to warm up the body. Right guys, here we saw how the skin responds against temperature change to maintain correct body temperature. I also want to show you how the body size is important for heat gain and loss. Now, animals with smaller body size have the tendency to lose body heat faster than the larger animals, because small animals have a larger surface area to volume ratio and lose heat more quickly. This ratio is calculated as division of total surface area of an animal by the total volume of the same animal. For instance, there is a cube A representing a small animal with sides of 1 centimeter each, and cube B representing a larger animal with sides of, let's say, 6 centimeters each. Now, the surface area of the cube A will be 6 square centimeter, where the surface area of cube B will be 216 square centimeter. And the volume of cube A is 1 cubic centimeter, where the volume of cube B is again 216 cubic centimeter. Now, when we get the ratio using the above formula, we can see that smaller animals have larger surface area to volume ratio than the larger animals. This means that smaller animals will lose heat way faster than the larger animals. So, to replace this heat lost, the metabolic rate of small animal is higher comparing to larger animal. This is it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Please thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you did. See you in the next one.